Hey, this is Bailey with Taylor Retail Tale, and today we're going to talk about improving management. And I know this has always been a topic since the beginning of time, since there were jobs and there were bosses and employees. But in today's workforce, we got some serious issues that need to be addressed. Number one, uh, bringing somebody straight from college to management. I understand the idea you want somebody well rounded, educated to lead a group of people, but number one, they have no idea what's going on. They can read the textbook, they can read the guidelines, they can read the rules of any retail, uh, any job really. I mean, it doesn't matter retail or labor or anything. If they have no job experience from day one, from being on ground zero, working their way up to that position, uh, they have no idea how the job works, how the people work, and they don't have the respect of the individuals that they are trying to lead. And the biggest issue is you will have someone that says, I know exactly how to do that, which is in management. And but when they get to that point where they have to do that, they have no idea of what to do, and then they usually screw it up, and they try to blame somebody else, which is unfortunately a typical management trope. And unfortunately, it affects the workforce in a lot of ways. A lot of big companies feel their employees, have been there a long time, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. It's time to get rid of them, because, well, you're holding other people back that want your jobs. Well, unfortunately, in today's workforce, the younger generations, uh, they don't really want to work like the people that have been there a long time. And I'm pretty sure, as everybody is a consumer that shops in different places, retail outlets, shopping malls, hardware stores, sporting goods stores, they can tell you that the quality of the customer service has dropped severely. The quality of the workmanship has dropped. I mean, you'll go in a lot of places that used to be 10 years ago were nice and clean and orderly, and now you're just lucky to have something on the counter where, not even relating to the pandemic, you're just lucky to have something on the counter and there's trash on the floor and stuff's dirty, and and yeah, I am kind of bashing the younger generation because, let's take for instance, when I started working, you worked your 8 hour shift, and depending on what the product was that needed to be stocked, you were expected to have anywhere from 6 to 8 pallets worked. Now the expectation is down to 3 pallets per person, which to me is just disgusting and horrible. It's obvious that the work ethic has completely dropped in this country to almost nothing. And unfortunately, if this continues, you're going to see the end of any kind of customer service and any kind of, store that anybody would be proud to work in or even be management in. And is there an easy fix for this? No, there is no easy fix for this. I mean, you're talking about it's not just a work problem, it's a society problem. A lot of people don't even think, working in retail is, a good job to have. And unfortunately, retail is a big part of this country's economy, no matter where you go. And yes, a lot of it is trending to work online, but still, the people that work these online jobs that are fulfillment centers still have to have a work ethic. And if you wanted to fix this, this is very simple. Number one, you're going to have to go back to your roots of what made a lot of these companies great. You're going to have to promote from within. And a lot of companies have this backwards. You have somebody, let's say you have 10 people, and out of the 10 people, after 5 years, 6 people stay. The rest of them are go. Out of those 6 people, you have one or two individuals that always go above and beyond. Those two need to be promoted to management to lead others that come in on how to do things and what to do. And yes, they need to be flexible on changes in the company and what happens and everything, but you're going to have more respect from your people that have been there to those people, and the people that are still working the same jobs that have respect for those people in management will help cultivate respect in the newer employees, and the work ethic will remain high. Now, a lot of companies will see this that way. They just see any, lower to mid-level employees, they cog of the machine, anybody can be replaced. Well, Unfortunately, yes, you can put another body in a spot, but they're not going to perform as well as the person that's been there a while and has respect for management. Number two is that maybe we need to bring back the benefits to working long term. Why should I work for you if you're going to give a salary cap to where, let's say when I started, there was no salary cap. That was one of the benefits of working at the place I worked at. The longer you stay there, the more money you got paid. The harder you work, the better pay you got, and the better possibility of getting promoted. Now they've several years ago they introduced a salary cap. They've taken away a Sunday premium, which was if you worked on Sunday, you got paid a little bit more, plus your regular pay. The dedication to telling your employees that they do a good job. Our facility manager told us that as an employee, it's your responsibility to feel good about your job. Yes, if you have pride in your work, you are going to feel good about your job. But if you're constantly getting bombarded by negative comments, negative reviews from the leadership, and all they have is negative, they can't say to their employees, you know what, you all do a really good job, or you've done this really well, or point out something that this person does really well. You do this really well. You're going to create a cancer in your workforce. And I think, unfortunately, like a lot of places like I work at, they're seeing the result of this cultivation of negativity. And like any manager or management team, they always point the fingers at somebody else. They don't take time to reflect on what they're doing. And unfortunately, it's a snowball going downhill, and it just keeps going and growing. And they sit back and wonder, well, why is my store, why is the place that I'm in charge of look so horrible, or is doing so horrible? I mean, they have had the opportunity with the pandemic the past few years to make a lot of money because people didn't care what the place looked like, didn't care how good the help was, or anything like that. They just wanted stuff to buy. Panic buying is what I term it as in retail, because maybe if all there is this product on the counter, but I usually buy this, well, I'm going to buy this because that's not here. I mean, people panic bought a lot of stuff. I mean, there's companies that made 82 billion over projected profits for the past few years, and that great increase in profit didn't necessarily, a large percentage of it, get trickled down to your low-level, mid-level employees. It stayed at the CEO level, giving them millions of dollars in bonuses. Now, do they deserve a bonus like everybody else? Yes, but their leadership was not a result of that big influx of a profit. It was due to the events of what was going on in the world. And then you turn around and tell your workplace that, well, this year's going to be bad because we have too many people, and so you should just be happy to have a job, so we don't have to let anybody go. And it's like, well, yes and no. The people up top forgot that the people down low were the ones that got them the pay, the great increase in money and revenue for that year. But that's a whole another topic. That's a whole another video. Unfortunately, I can't give a lot more information on that because I'm trying to protect the people that I work for and work with, because I'm not here to rat a bunch of people out. I'm just kind of here to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the retail world. And if you like the show, hit subscribe, comment. I'll be more than happy to answer you the best I can. Until next time, have a good one.